This is a test, only a test of the emergency Wes S live broadcasting systems or whatever. Did you miss me? You didn't miss me, did you? Well, like if you're watching it on the replay, obviously you missed me live. Let's see, that's the way that works. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I can't hear me. Well, I can hear myself talk, but not from the computer. So, it's funny. People come in and they're like, "Ah, I can't see his face." Is the chat not up yet? There's Chris Griffin. YouTube may be messing up. There's Carol. Look, there's my face. I'll put my face up there. I missed that hat. I have to find that. That was like my favorite hat ever. Actually, that was my first boonie hat. I graduated from fishing hats to a boonie hat. I liked that, and then the strap broke. Gotta find me another one. I was gonna go back and buy me one at the surplus store, and then it burst into flames. Hey, Daniel T. How is life out there in the world with all you peoples and stuff? Got 3 people talking, 3 people lurking. Which is fine, I understand. There are people out there that are shy. It happens. Is it dry over there? It's been raining like crazy here. Well, it hasn't rained for a couple days now, I guess. Some of the folks are over in the headache thing's been going around. Everything's pretty good, I guess, Chris. But yeah, Carol, that headache, I don't know. It's something to do with all the pollen and stuff in Texas, I think, right now. The only thing I can figure. Me and the missus keep getting slammed with headaches. But there's like a lot of pollen right now down here. Yeah, there's me. It's probably the icon's probably better on y'all's eyes, but I got on my Hawaiian shirt, my Hawaiian shirt from Hawaii. There'll be a few more people jump in here after a while. I didn't started setting this up, and then I realized that Will was live across, but I started watching the movie while I was waiting for BA to go live, and then he never went live, so I just went ahead and watched the movie. And jumped over here to set up the live stream, and noticed that JIT was live. Oh no, so you got a headache with an upset stomach? That's not good. Yeah, it's not good at all. Unless you mean like you made your lunch and you set it down and walked off, forgot where you put it. That's how I lose my lunch. Well, there's the missus. The room is complete. Anyway, I've been Well, we all watch the same channels pretty much, I think. Um, well, there's not that's not entirely true. We watch some channels, some of us watch some channels, others watch, but we watch a lot of the same kind of channels. So you know, you can pick up on the trends of what's being talked about in the community the prepping community pretty quick. And there's a couple things to remember along those lines. One of them is that the prepping community is a larger thing full of a lot of small communities in it. We don't all watch the same channels. We don't all think along the same lines. We don't all agree politically or religiously or spiritually. I could already hear the people going, well, I'm not religious. I have faith. I mean, and there yet another difference between people, this word means this to me and that word means something else to you. I'm just saying. But anyway, there are a lot of people out there that still think that a big, giant, major league societal ending scenario, it's going to be like some kind of party. Hey, Allspice. C103. And people, y'all need to cut that out. Y'all need to quit watching the channels that feed that. There is nothing cool about watching people, even the people you don't like. There's nothing cool about watching the people around you die. And people are like, well, when SHT have it, man, we are right in the middle. I mean, the government locked our country down last year. Well, the world has been locked down for a year. At what point in the manure hitting the air dispersal device does it switch to being shit hit the fan? At what point does the end of the world as we know it become the end of the world as we know it? 2018 ain't coming back. Just say it. It's not coming back. This is the new, and we haven't even leveled out to the new normal yet. There's been so many things happen just in the U.S. I mean, we lost the ability to have free and honest elections last year, where we can't even elect our own people anymore. It's happened just here in my little bitty county in the last week. Isn't it 4 people, babe? 4 people. Violent deaths. We'll just leave it at that. 4 people. Um, and that's just this week. Over the past 12 months in this county, it has been insane. And if it's like that here, I don't want to know how bad it is in Hector or in Taylor or in Dallas or in what's around one around Austin? What county is that? I don't want to know. Um, so yeah, it's time to stop having this big fantasy about how cool it's going to be. I used to pay attention to what was going on around me when I was out and about and stuff, but I liked having my firearm with me just in case. Now I'm actually terrified of the idea of being caught out without one. And not just when I'm out of town. I'm talking here. And the more YouTube channels I watch, talking about how bad it's going to be and how you're going to have to do this and that and something else, the worse it gets in my brain. And what that tells me is that they're not helping me. See, who else we got? Detroit. I bet it's really good in Detroit, isn't it? There. See, I was looking at the camera and talking to y'all. Let me catch up with the Doomajigger over here. Wow, there was a lot of people come in. Hey, Rachel. Hey, Rachel, you like my shirt? Dadgummit, who all is, apparently, I think I said hello to Old Spice. I didn't see Ted. Hey, Ted. Okay, there we go. Hello, Ted. Old Spice, Carol, Chris, the Mrs. C103, Daniel T. I said hi to you, but hi again. Oh, man, how's it going? Privateer. What we cooking there, Privateer? Tibor. Dun, dun, dun. Got him again. Twice. Hey, Detroit. Exactly, man. I mean, it's you shouldn't. I mean, why? I mean, it's. Hey, Wesley. Simple as that. Go buy what? Um, I guess Curry wasn't staying around. I don't know. I don't know what your comment means, Wesley. So, anyway, hey, Keith. Hey, Keith. I'm going to get started on that rant again. Anyway, Corsair's been doing some good videos on the realities of it versus the whatever. I've been telling people on my channel for over 2 years, probably over 3 years, that Teotihuacan is going to show up a little bit at a time. A little bit here, a little bit there. Every once in a while, there will be a big jump. But it's not going to be like, there's not going to be a big comet come through the solar system and leave a trail of ice meteors that crash into the atmosphere, changing the weather patterns and leveling cities and causing crop disruptions and everything change overnight. It's not the way it's going to happen. Is there a chance of like a mass coronal ejection coming through and wiping out the grid on one side of the planet or the other? Yeah. Would that be bad? Yeah. Is there a chance that we could have a big scuffle and more than one person push the big red button? Yeah. But it seems like every day we wake up, we get to call that day Teotihuacan now. It's like, I mean, as soon as you go to sleep and you wake up, and it's a different world. All the rules have changed. Went from, okay, everybody's got to wear a mask, to you can wear a mask, it's up to the business place or whatever. And all of a sudden, I mean, you can come in the building without a mask if you're fully vaccinated. And I'm like, I've never heard of anything as crazy as that. If you don't think that it may not be the apocalypse, but if you're not buying into Teotihuacan yet, then what are you waiting for? Anybody tried to buy pickles lately? Just a little something I noticed. And I only checked 2 grocery stores, so I could be wrong. There were pickles. There just wasn't a lot of them. There was like one type of pickle relish. I know. Hey, Steve. Hey, Steve, you want to join? Yeah, it's probably dinner time over there. They're like weird over there in California, but it's as long as we don't say anything that's not true, and don't start saying anything hateful, which I already blew myself out of the water with the whole thing about the election. But it's yeah, I mean, it's seriously, it's time to quit fantasizing about it, and you better have your cupboard stuffed up. The end. I have to go around at least once a day, and this is just me being paranoid more than anything else. I've got to put my hands on my preps, or my eyeballs on my preps, just to make sure that I'm not fantasizing that I actually have this stuff. I have 5 crates of food beside the desk, just so I can glance over there. Well, yes, I have food. That's the level of oh shit that I sat on all the time. And I guess Vanessa, hey Vanessa. Okay, see, well, it's just, I know this is something you've been talking about lately. I just didn't know if you wanted to jump in on the conversation or whatever. Change your mind, get through dinner, let me know. I'll send you a link or something. Yeah, and I don't think that we should. That's another thing. I mean, it's not healthy. The fixation on do I have enough? Because we have to continue to live day to day. We have to live our daily lives. Or why are we doing the other? You know, you have to go to work. You have to wash the car. You have to feed the chickens. You have to go to the feed store and buy 100 pounds of grain so you'll have something to feed the chickens. You have to replace the missing wheelbarrow. Um, and you have to do the things, the real things. Actually, doing research on yeah, and you have to find, but you know, if it's a prepping can be done in a way to where it's fun. Um, it's not hard. I mean, me and the wife have a little bit of a competition going to see who can come up with the best uh, new food storage or food acquisition or whatever. She kicks my butt with it all the time. So I'm not giving up though. Uh, you know, it's an ongoing game, and you don't actually lose until you quit playing. So I don't want somebody finding a list of my preps. You know, if somebody kicks my door in, I want them to have to hunt for it. And so that's our deal. We're a lot of the stuff you have to rotate out. We've actually moved on to stuff that has we don't buy anything anymore that doesn't have, well, let me rephrase it. We don't buy anything in bulk anymore that doesn't have a 10-year shelf life. Most of the stuff we buy has 25. Some of it has 30. Um, yeah, it's not expensive, but it's used in conjunction with bulk storage stuff that we have, like vacuum packed rice and such as that. Um, beans will keep a long time if you keep them out of the sun and away from oxygen and yada yada yada, and keep them right temperature. and everything. But even then, after a certain time, they won't. You can't cook them to where they ever get soft. So, we practice.
Did you see what Rob said?
I didn't see Rob in here. Oh, my mouse is over Rob. Oh, thanks, Rob. If anybody wants the combination to Rob's safe, I have that too. I'll just give it to you for free. They ain't got nothing but a bunch of ratty ass, rusty old guns up in there anyway. I told him took all the good ones.
You take them boating?
Yeah, I took them boating for him.
Okay.
Every time they sneak off and go, I always tell them that I can't make it for their Sunday night get-togethers or whatever. When they leave the house, I just go there and get me something. I take all the full boxes and leave empty boxes. He thinks he's got all this ammo and stuff. He don't have anything. He's just got a bunch of empty boxes. Yeah, so you can run them through a grinder and just break them up, and then put them in a skillet with a little bit of oil and brown them around a little bit, and then boil them down, and they eat just fine. Can't even find the empty boxes. Empty boxes are expensive. I don't know. I mean, I started stealing those back too. But no, it's just um, it was funny. One of the little channels that I watch all of his stuff. Northwest Arkansas preparedness. Is it preparedness or prepping? Anyway, Travis, I watch his stuff. I love Travis. He's something else. It's like, dude, even as big old boy as he is, his heart's still too big for his body. Travis is a good guy. Anyway, he did a really good video about being ready to go help people out on them, whenever they call. And that's what being part of a group is. It's not just for later; it's for now. And I thought it was funny. I mean, it's the first video I saw about that subject, and now 2 days after it comes out, the big channels are putting the stuff out. It just annoys me.
I wonder what happened to that Northwest Arkansas dude that was in that spat with the other YouTube dude and he fired the gun. And I wonder what happened with all that.
I don't know.
Because he was the one that got arrested. Even though the guy showed up on his property.
Well, yeah, but Rob, you store your beans down in your basement, don't you? I mean, and that's some of the key to it. You gotta, if you store them right, they last a really, really, really long time. You just, I mean, leaving them in the store bought, the bag they come in at the store, that's not the right way to do it. I may, whether I can replace the ammunition or not, I'm probably going to shoot some tomorrow. I'm not 100% sure what part of the firearm actually makes it go bang anymore. It's been so long. But I think you rub that thing on the top of the gun and it makes it go pew pew. Yeah, but in the buckets, that's the key. That's the one. That atmosphere they're in is the atmosphere they stay in. So.
Oh, I just got a notification that you're going live.
Cool. Maybe some more people will come up. Does anybody have it else besides me having trouble finding lids for 5 gallon buckets? Yeah, and I don't either, privateer. The whole I'm prepping for me and mine, and if anybody comes up my driveway, I'm going to shoot them deader than a hammer. Why? Now, be brutally honest, I mean, there's a list of people, if they make the mistake of coming up my driveway, they're not going to drive back out of it in a total grid down, world is upside down scenario. But that's simply because I know them well enough to know that they're not coming to ask for anything. So.
We don't have a Home Depot.
Nah, neither. But we got plenty of buckets. There's just no freaking lids, man.
You're right, C103.
There you go, Rob or Mark. I bought some buckets. And I went to get the lids, and there was no lids. And I'm like, ah. So we've got this bulk stuff that needs to go in buckets that I can't get in the buckets because I got no lids.
Maybe go back to Slayton.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna. Not on Monday. I think what I'll do is I'll probably head for Rob's on like a Tuesday. Or I guess I could go up on Tuesday and then come. Well, no, because he'll mess around and keep them there until the place closes. Drive through on a Wednesday or Tuesday or something and stop at the dairy and see if they got bakery and see if they got any. I'm gonna buy everything they got if they got anything. Those little square buckets they got and the round ones.
I think they're like 4 gallons, aren't they?
Yeah, they got 3 gallons and 2 gallon buckets. Well, they had when we were in there before, they had looked like some little gallon and a half, and then some 3 gallons. But yeah, it's weird how you got to have petroleum distillates to make polymers. I'm just saying. And when you can't get the stuff to the place that makes the stuff to make the stuff to make the other stuff, then or you can't make the stuff and you can't ship the stuff and stuff. Oh. Now, I got a wheelbarrow today. I almost bought the replacement wheel for it at the same time, but I think I'm going to order one online. It's not actually a wheelbarrow, it's a cart. I've been wanting a cart anyway, but it's like a wheelbarrow cart. But it's a cart that you can use like a wheelbarrow, but if you need the cart, then it's a cart. So I think I'm going to do that. The pickle thing worries me some.
I already told you it was that one guy's fault.
Yes, I know, because he wouldn't let him.
He was stopping them from coming through the doors.
He wouldn't let him come over. He wouldn't let the pickle peppers come, or the pickle pickle pickers.
He wouldn't let the pickle pickers in.
He wouldn't let the pickle pickers in. Price of corn's going through the roof. I don't know what the price of wheat's doing right now. Rob, next time you get a chance, man, ask the guys with the silos how much the price per 100 is on Milo and corn and wheat and stuff. Because it would literally pay me to drive up there with the trailer full of 55-gallon drums and fill them up. You put a lid on a 55-gallon drum of Milo and it's good to go. That's a lot of chicken feed. And we had got ourselves way ahead on our coffee. And then, well, it's embarrassing to admit that we slacked off on it. And we were down to 1 can of coffee in this house. We're back up to 2 months supply at current rate of consumption. And I think that we could probably switch it to 4 months if without any untoward side effects. Been thinking about it. I'm probably going to start buying instant coffee because it's instant coffee, but instant coffee has a really good shelf life. Whoa, what just happened to my... Am I still there, folks? Oh, it's crazy here. This time last year I was buying chicken scratch for $9.49 for 50. I just paid $14.20 a bag. $14.29. That's that's over $5. No, it's over $4. Over $4. So, yes, see now I am on well water. Oh, cool, Cena. Hey, Sasquatch. Yeah, I've been trying to. I've shot a few more videos about stuff like that, but usually when I think of stories like that and I'm outside and I'm trying to shoot them or whatever, I wind up with a bunch of wind noise and you can't hear what I'm saying. And yes, you people that are on my channel all the time, I bought a new microphone that does the sound, but I don't go outside with my microphone, my fancy microphone stuck to my phone, and I do all this stuff spur of the moment. I suck at YouTube, okay? So there, I said it. I'm gonna go get some coffee or some ice. Coffee. I'm gonna get some coffee and some ice, and then I'll be right back. Don't freak out that I'm gone or whatever. Just talk to the snake, and he'll tell you all the rules. You get through eating yet, Steve?
No.
The freezer is making noises. You have to pull the stuff out of the freezer and defrost it. Okay, let me look. What we got? We got hippie burrito. What? Yeah, and add something else. Let's see. So looking, I assume this is a prepper channel. I literally don't know anything about this channel yet. Pretty much, yeah. We have preppers, homesteaders, and there's a crazy dude done this raw paintings dude. Dude, freaking nuts, man. Uh, and then Rachel's like a voodoo queen. She does like no wait, that's not Rachel. That's Chandra. This is uh Rachel's Hawaiian. She's Hawaiian Alaskan. An Alaskan Hawaiian, or I don't know. No, it's just a bunch of people that don't have anything to do, and they come over here and they're like, "Hey, what's up?" And we're like, "What's up?" And we just what's up each other a lot. Um, had we even let Canadians hang out with us. Um, I'm actually trying to get a guy from California to come in here and talk with me right now, but they're kind of snobby and stuff. Yeah. They don't like to hang out with people from other countries. Did he ever answer me whether he was done with supper? They probably actually eating supper then. Hey Ben. Ben's like from California, but he's from the cool part of California. Rob's perfectly saying, yeah, okay. So why were you watching the How to Dig a Ditch video? Were you just looking for a reason to complain about how I treat my chickens, or we actually? I hope you weren't hoping to find out how to run a ditcher, because, yeah, I didn't have the money for one. My favorite comments on there is, "Why do you have to dig in my soil, where there's rocks and stuff?" When I shot that video, I'd gotten to a point, I'd already dug, probably 40 foot of the ditch, and literally the first 16 foot of it was through hardpan. I was all rock bar and pickaxe, and when I got into that soil, I was so happy. I was tickled pink. And I made it probably another 60, 70 feet before I started hitting rock again. But digging the ditch. The whole thing was, I just remember the guy telling me, you can sit here and work yourself to death and bitch about it the whole time, or you can just do your job. I mean, he's paying you. So, yeah. Yes, we did, Carol. Hey, Aiden, I thought you were going to lay out tonight. And then Aiden's from Great Britain. We don't like. I was trying to read the list of you can travel here countries. I don't think we're on it. Adrian, I don't know. All these rules and stuff confuse me, man. I have negative grade to my foundation. Oh. Well, that sucks. Are you building a foundation? Ben, we had salmon patties tonight. Out and have plenty of salmon.
We're not missing. Why are we on the Amber list?
You're on the because America's lost. Ah,
Oh, that's true.
there's that. Damn it. What do you got to ditch? They came out pretty good. I mean, I just winged it. I didn't have a clue how to make them. So I just made them. The salmon's perfect. I mean, it tastes fine. Or I haven't eaten it like crazy. But I like fish. I'll even eat carp. Oh, you got a fox? Are you going to try to live trap it, or are you just going to shoot it? Sasquatch? Oh, yeah, that would be a healthy fox. And chances are it's a What's a female fox called? A mama fox, I guess. I know the babies are kids. Um, Vixen, that's right. Thank you, Abe. Uh, oh no. I may just have to drive over there, Sasquatch, and I'll just be the Fox Patrol. Nah, the correct answer is to say my wife. Sorry. It's Chipper. Thanks, Chipper. Everybody knew it was Vixen but me. That's pretty bad. I shall, from henceforth, instead of calling you babe, call you Vixen. How's that? No? Okay, I'll just call you baby. So it's okay.
That's right. Juicy probably too.
Yeah, where would you?
He was making pickles.
Oh,
He was pickling eggs or something.
oh, yeah. If you've got a cockerel or whatever, a little young rooster, or if you've got know anybody that's got roosters that they're wanting to get rid of, serious tie one to it. I know it's messed up. Let me rephrase the way I said that. Whatever you do, do not take the rooster and tie it to a stake into an open field because you cannot use live birds to bait in predators. Do not do that. Well, I've got a raccoon that's going to have to go in a live trap for a while. But anyway, yeah. Back to the thing. I mean, seriously, we really do need to quit. Um, Watching news and stuff like that is one thing, but watching people tell you what this is what the news actually means when you're like, okay, that's like, what are you talking about? I wish I thought I could get away with actually calling out some of the bigger channels and like ripping their videos to shreds. Um, but then I wouldn't really be any better because I mean they are getting people. They're reaching a larger audience and they are getting people to do something. And the more people that are preparing, the fewer victims. There, I stole Steve's deal. I mean, the less victims there are. You know, you can be the guy eating Kraft mac and cheese in your enclosed trailer out in the woods, or you can be the guy laying in his basement, dragging his last breath down to skin and bones. It's your choice. Yeah, I like Senile, or not Sky News Australia. Oh crap! Now I got to go get my phone off the bed. Hold on, I was in the bedroom earlier with my phone.
And then Steve said, send me a link.
Cool. Oh, I hate this freaking. This fourth time around on this hand. Can't get this deal to come out. Same 3 cards, no matter how I play it. What are you trying to get hit, dude? Do you still have that, or did you let it go? Somebody ran over one just down the road. How long was it? That looks probably. That's a 4-footer, isn't it? Okay. Steve, let me send you a link. In case y'all are wondering, you send me a picture of a big old. Is that a gopher snake or a actual bull snake? It's a pretty one though. That's North America's answer to the constrictor, by the way, in case anybody didn't know that. I love bull snakes. They're just like the most awesome animal ever. Had a big old 9-footer. Yeah, until my wife killed it. Murder.
Yep.
Poor. You didn't kill it just a little bit either.
Good snake, dead snake.
Well, there's that, I guess. I'm gonna go ahead and send Rob a link too. Yeah, I don't have to join if you don't want to, but I'll send the links out there. What? Oh, wait, what? Okay, guys. There is a Instagram chat that I hardly ever talk in it, but man, I love reading that thing. You guys are nuts. I love you guys. Y'all are thrown off, man. I mean, they chunked y'all off the side. Y'all hit, bounce, roll, hit, bounce, roll. Y'all way off. I love y'all. It's okay.
Yeah, you really enjoy their chat. That's a lot.
Hi. You can't lump me in with them psychos. Okay, so it was, I knew it was big. That's the easiest way to tell the difference between a actual bull snake and a gopher snake. A gopher snake shuts itself. They don't usually, it is rare to find one past 4 feet. If it's made it past 4 feet, it's the bull snake, which I always thought that bull snakes and gopher snakes were the same thing. They're not. So, bull snakes they look exactly the same. There's a slight difference in the head, very slight difference in the head and in the markings, and the bull snake will get to be 9 foot long. Yes, we do. What? I'm looking.
Did you send Steve the link?
Yes, I did. Let's see. How do you do this? I can do this. I can show, and then everybody can read it. I think water is one thing many will overlook or take for granted. An old Army manual says you can filter water through a column of dirt, but what kind of dirt works best? I don't know. Not dirt from the street. There we go. Look at them. Give me a thumbs up when you're ready there, you sexy beast. There you go.
Well, hi.
Looky there. We go.
I got to warn you, Wes, I'm tired. I've been up all day training, and then I got home and walked into a unprepared for Girl Scout meeting. So I am a little tired at the moment.
As per your rules, we've been live for 10 minutes or whatever. So
All right. That's why I was saying it, because my mouth might slip. Okay, hold on. I got to find. All right, there's that. And I got to pop the chat out so I can see what's going on. All righty. So there we go. Now I'm set. Yes, I have my coffee, Rachel. I had to get that. And then I had to run downstairs and grab my cigarettes real quick. Oh.
Hold on. We have similar coffee cups.
I was going to ask you, where'd you get that one from?
Some lady gave it to us. It's Bones Coffee, Irish Cream.
Mine are from Zero Foxtrot.
I don't know if I'd try to store dirt specifically to filter water. Okay, you can take, if you know you're going to have to filter your water. It's like filtering water 101. You take a paper towel, you stick it in the neck of a 2-liter Coke bottle. Then you start a fire. You make some coals. You put the fire out. You take those coals, you crush them up. You put them on top of the paper towel. Then you put sand on top of that. Then you pour your water through it. The first water that goes through it's going to be black. Then after that, it's going to break. It'll take all this stuff out. It's probably still going to have cooties in it. You're still going to have to boil it. It's going to taste like dirt, but it won't kill you. It's not bottled water. I love those videos where people do it and it shows the water coming out crystal clear and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, that's not how it works. But
yeah, that's after they've ran it through 3 or 4 times and probably used a Berkey off camera.
Yeah. Now the bandana thing, if you take a brand new bandana and put the water over here and then drape the bandana over to the side, get it wet, and then put it into another container, it will siphon the water off, and it will leave all the dirt and stuff behind. But if there's bacteria or stuff like that, and it can go down that. It's not. It's clean water, but it's still not safe to drink.
Well, I mean, here's the thing: if you're in a situation where you got to take the 3 bucket idea and you got to put the sand and the rocks and all that good stuff in there, and you have to do this. It's not just something fun I'm doing in my backyard to be cool. After you get all that water through there and it's all yucky and nasty looking, okay, you filter it again and or boil it, because if you're in that situation, you don't want to get the shits.
Yeah, that's the one.
The gravel, the sand, the charcoal on the bottom.
Yeah.
Right. And then boil it again. And then, I mean, it may sound ridiculous, but then if you have some other filter system too, use that. It just you don't want to get the runs. There you go. See, I changed my mouth. Yay! I get a point for that.
There you go.
So
Hey, you never give me points.
because you never rate any.
I always get like half a point. I don't even try to make jokes anymore because he always gives me half a point and then takes a full point away, so it never like balances out.
That's the plan. That keeps you going. That keeps you trying. See?
Yeah, that's what it does. I'm just and distill water, distill not whatever. Distilling water is not that hard.
But he was saying if he's going to distill it, not anymore.
Oh well, yeah. There's that. If I'm actually thinking about doing some distilling, but that's for another.
That's where you evaporate it and run it through the coils and all that.
Yeah, and people make it sound like it's hard to do if you're trying to off the cuff do it.
Right.
I have everything. I just flashed again. I have everything I need in my yard to make a 30-gallon distillery. Literally.
And why do you have all the parts to make a distillery in your yard? We might ask.
Because I collect junk.
Yes. That's what it is. Yeah. Shine.
I want stainless steel tubing. Right now, all I have is copper, and that's just a taste in it that you don't want. I'm just saying.
I actually got a buddy that is in a state that will go unnamed who he makes shine, and he sends me these directions, and I'm like, bro, I'm not doing this in my backyard, man.
It's and people always research that stuff, because if you try to distill in a pressure cooker like one asshole did, you're going to hurt yourself because you're not trying to make pressure. You don't actually boil the mash, people. Alcohol boils off at 180. Okay? So you want to get the water to 180. And that way the alcohol is boiling off, but the water's not. And if you pressure it up, then you have pressurized alcohol fumes in the top of the. And what is that? Is that like isn't that unstable pressurized gas?
Yeah. Hey, Uman's got a good point there, where he's saying that if it is actually like grid down or something crazy like that, that you want to run it through the gravel, sand, and charcoal and all that other good stuff. And it's got to be activated charcoal. It just can't be charcoal from like you find in an old fire pit or something. And then run it through a Berkey after that. That's my plan. That's what I plan on doing if it ever gets that bad.
How do you activate charcoal? I've often wondered about that.
I don't know, but I bought some. I actually got directions on how to do it somewhere in the house, in that whole pile of stuff you keep for the bad day.
It's I need to look that up, because the way I've seen it, it's just something you do to the charcoal. It's not like it's hard to do.
I don't know off the top of my head, to be quite honest. Oh no, I'm breaking YouTube rules. I admitted I didn't know how to do something.
Yeah.
And by the way, I was eating pizza and chips while you were whining about me not participating. And I was just I actually had another piece of pizza. I'm like, I'm gonna have another one. He can wait.
Well, no, eat all the pizza you want. I was just, when you were done with supper, get over here and we can chat.
Oh man, I literally got home from the range because we taught a class today. So I got home from the range and I was telling the boss about it. And she's like, okay, so we have a couple updates. I'm like, what? Yeah, the entire Girl Scout troop, or whatever they call them, will be here in about 10 minutes. I'm like, great. I thought I was going to come home, put my feet up, kick back for a minute. I'm like, yeah, no, it's not happening. All right. So then we had 15 girls running around the house and dog chasing them, and it was great.
Yeah.
But I got pizza out of it, so that was good.
Did y'all ever is ammo become available again, deal?
Well, it's real expensive, so I had to adjust what we usually fire during a course. I mean, depending on what we're doing, we could fire a couple hundred rounds easy. So today I went and cut it down to you have to at least bring one box and a pistol. And then after that, we did some shooting with folks that, you know, they had extra ammo, or not extra, they just had more. So, but yeah, that was a big concern this training day, just because the ammo thing here, it's you can get it in some places, but it costs supply demand, you know.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at now. The last box of 357 I bought was it was $55 for 40 rounds. I was like, ow.
I honestly haven't bought ammo in a long time because one, I haven't been shooting in a long time because of the ammo thing. And then I got a buddy that reloads, so he hooks me up and I'm good with that. Today I fired a total of 1 round.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I mean, it was a headshot between the eyes and it was good and it made the point I was trying to make, and then we just moved on. Like I told everybody there, you're not paying me money to watch me shoot. You're paying money to learn how to shoot. So here, bam, I shot one. See, I can shoot. Let's move on. Because, you know, that's always a question. Well, how good can you shoot since you're teaching us? I'm like, okay, bam, headshot between the eyes. Now what? Move on.
Yeah, science project. What Sasquatch said on that stuff out in the yard. I actually got the barrels I'm thinking about. Oh, this is back to this Dillon thing. I actually bought those. I was going to make small wood burning stoves out of them, and then I never got around to it. And I was like, wait, I've got the lids. I've got the copper. I mean, I could freaking turn ditch water into drinking water with these, so I just didn't throw the stuff away.
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, if you're going to do that, you're going to want to get chlorine and stuff too and put it in there. I know people talk about chlorine in the water and all that other stuff, but if it, you know, truly is a incredibly bad situation, you don't want to take any risk at all. So
we refill 5-gallon jugs for our drinking water or whatever, and whenever we get the jug home, we take the 5-gallon jug, which is perfectly good, delicious drinking water, and we put half a cap of bleach in there.
yeah.
And then we put the lid back on. And guess what? That water is now going to be drinkable forever. You know, so you open it up and it smells a little bit like bleach.
Yeah.
I would rather drink water that tastes like chlorine than die of what's that stuff called when your guts are going out the south end?
Monism's revenge.
Yeah. I'd rather.
Is it dysentery? No.
Yeah, dysentery. Yeah, dysentery.
Is that from the water or is that from food? I can't remember right now.
Dysentery's from bad water.
Yeah. So when we moved, the barrels I had of stored water, and yes, I know I live in the suburbs and I'm going to die, but I had several hundred gallons of it. So I took just a cup full, you know, just a regular size cup full out of each one to try, because I had a couple of them that were past the date. You know, the chemical stuff you pour in there from the Aquafina or whatever place. The 2-part stuff you pour in there is supposed to last like 5 years. 3 of them were past the date, and the other ones were getting real close. All of them tasted the same. All of them were fine. I didn't get, you know, the runs or nothing from any of them. And no, I didn't share any of it with the family. I told the wife, I said, hey, if I suddenly am just hanging out in the bathroom and, you know, just saying, bring me my lunch and dinner in there, yeah, it's because I drank that water.
Yeah. And that's the, you know, if you treat the water and close the water up, then it's in a controlled environment. It can't, you know, it's a sealed system. Nothing can get in there to grow. If you've killed everything that's in there, then what is going to grow? You know, it's that's the beauty of the food grade plastics or water grade plastics on the jet. As long as you keep them out of the sun, you're good to go.
Oh yeah, Vanessa's right. Cholera. That's the one I was thinking of. And then Sasquatch was saying that you can get it from both water and that, but cholera was the one I was thinking of that I couldn't remember the name of it. There's actually
a lot of people don't realize you get dysentery from eating fruit.
There's a book I got from the UN, and I know people are going to say, "Oh my God, it's the UN," but it's an entire book that they give their people when they go to third world countries, or I shouldn't say third world countries. That's not nice. Economically challenged due to the oppression of the American culture countries. And yeah, there you go. And it has great directions. I got to dig it out. It's here somewhere in all the damn moving boxes and do a video on that so folks can get a copy of it too. I think it cost me $5 maybe or something like that, but it has the down and dirty, how to dig a well, how to purify, how to do everything. Like if you, for whatever reason, you were doing, your good deed for your existence and you ended up in some third world country, oops, I said that again, and you had to show them how to make clean water. It has all the directions in there. It's one of the most comprehensive ones I've seen.
Yeah.
So, anyway, since we're talking about water.
And if you research water in economically challenged countries, then you realize that we got it so good over here. I mean,
yeah.
First world problem is having to drink tap water. Oh, you're also like, it's not going to kill you.
Then, yeah, so, iodine could do it too. I think it's two drops a gallon, something like that. I don't know. I have the directions taped to the side of my iodine tablets I got for that.
I used to keep those water purification tablets or whatever, but now I just carry a small bottle of bleach with me. So, just a little, I think it's a 2-ounce bottle or whatever.
Yeah.
And as long as you remember to change the bleach out every 6 months, it's going to, and it doesn't stop working after 6 months. It's instead of using 2 drops or whatever it is per gallon, I forget. I think it's actually 4. Instead of using 4 drops per gallon, you use 5.
Yeah, I take the directions and I literally just tape them to the side of it, no matter the size of the container, just to, because especially in a stressful situation, you can be like doing what you're doing right now. Is it 2? Is it 4? Is it 6? How many do I use? I just put it on there so I can go, duh, okay.
And what a lot of people don't realize, if you'll just take the water and boil it and then just set it over to the side and give it a few minutes, by boiling it actually causes the water to turn loose of almost everything. And all the stuff you don't want is going to go to the bottom.
Yeah.
When me and Leland and Tyler went to the canyons over there in the Davies Mountains, we didn't want to go all the way to the spring, so we were just going to the first pool, which is the same one the horses drink out of, by the way. And we were scooping the water up, and we just boiled it all, ran it through a bandana, and that's what we drank the entire time we were there. No bad effects. It tasted like it came out of the horse trough, but it didn't hurt us. So, in retrospect, maybe we should have walked the other 100 yards, but unless you've walked that 100 yards, you don't know exactly how far that 100 yards is. It's going one way. It's not bad. When you're going down there with the empty jugs, there ain't nothing to it. But then after you climb across the creek, through the trees, and fill them up, then you got to walk back with 4 gallons of water, and it's through the trees, over the rocks, across the creek, and then you've got to climb all them rocks back up to where camp is. You're just like, look, that's like a really long ways.
Yeah, I don't know. You guys were talking about snakes earlier. I don't know. Hold on, I can't see it. I don't know if you guys can see that. There you go. We found a rattlesnake today that was hanging out with us. He's just a little baby one, but it was funny because some of the folks are straight city folk. And they went, oh, what's that? Let's go walk over and look at it. And the rest of us were going, no, stand back and admire it from afar. Oh, we had to explain to them that the babies will kill you faster than the big ones.
All right, Rob. Hey, Rob, I sent you a link if you want to jump in here.
Was that on the pizza? No, Sasquatch. Had what was on the pizza? Pepperoni and sausage and all the stuff that should be on a pizza and not all that other stuff that people put on pizzas.
I actually, the only thing I don't enjoy on pizzas is those stupid little fish. And the fresh ones are good. Just the canned anchovies. Why in the world would you do that?
And of course, my phone is just going nuts. Like, okay, people. Oh, yeah. So speaking of your topic for today, I just had another one pop up. Let me read the news to you and tell you why you should panic.
I was saying earlier, one of our favorite channels, one of the fear porn guys or whatever, he just did a cop. I mean, it was straight up Northwest Arkansas, did a video on you should be ready to help your friends anytime if they call you or whatever. And that's what community is all about. La, la, la.
Yeah.
And so this other channel did one. It's almost the same thing. I'm just like, dude, you got like 1 million subscribers. Why do you want to? But at least it wasn't real fear porn.
Well, okay, so here's the thing with a lot of these channels that are suddenly springing up, and they get thousands of subs in like a week all of a sudden. Call yourself fear porn. Because I don't know, I do emergency preparedness. That's what I do. And people want to call it prepping. Okay, cool. I'll roll with that too. But it gives me peace of mind. And it's proven more than once that my family's more secure, which gives me more peace of mind. This whole every day the sky's falling stuff. Ooh, I washed my mouth. Gets old. And like, okay, cool. People want to hear that, whatever. But at the end of the day, you're missing the point of all of this. I like the light. I can do this. All of this.
Yeah. See, the sun's going down where you're at, and it's down here.
Yeah, the view here, since I don't have the old view, you can't see the sunset. You can just see that. So, yeah, exactly. Uman's saying we need a new genre called reality porn. No, you need to just cut the fear porn guys over, or the news readers. That's what I've been calling them lately. The news readers. Literally, the other day, what story came out? Oh, there was a story that came out. I seen it on my phone, and then I sent a note to Palmetto, and I said, dude, I give it an hour and a half, and it was an hour and like 28 minutes, and there was 3-4 videos, people saying the same stuff. What was it? The gas thing. When the gas thing first happened, it wasn't even an hour and a half later, and there was 5 videos out. It's the end of the world.
People kept asking me if we were having gas issues, and I'm like, no, that's going to be the other side of Houston, not us.
The only problem we've had here is the same thing we have every summer. The prices go up. And then I've talked to people all across the country, and they're like, well, yeah, this one gas station was out, but this other one wasn't. Not the end of the world. The Chinese are carrying the Illuminati flag and, landing in everybody's backyard. I don't get it. It's just old.
There were people talking about the Chinese rover to Mars or whatever crashed, and I'm like, no, it didn't. It's fine. And I've seen pictures from their little rover thingamajigger.
They were just in Rob's backyard.
They were probably just in Rob's backyard. The Chinese landed in Rob's backyard. He needs to get some rain. I don't know what the deal is. It's like the rain comes like right up to his property line, and then you can see it on the radar. There's like this little square block that it just doesn't rain on. It's like, nope. Don't know what he did, but he pissed somebody off.
Hey, Chipper, I paid $4.19 yesterday for gas, and I was excited because it went down from $4.20.
Bad, but a lot of y'all's is taxes too.
Oh yeah, but it'll be your guys' soon too. So, welcome is the plague of California politicians and.
Put that on, Rob. Oh, he killed his camera. He didn't kill his camera. What's he doing? In case you want, I'm checking to see if Rob's ready to come up here.
Oh, I don't see him on there. So.
No, he's just in my little basement or whatever.
Oh, okay. Yeah, exactly, you man.
Let me know when you're ready, Rob. Oh, he's giving me the thumbs up. And everybody welcome Rob Painless. Oh, no, I mean Rob of the Martian Desert.
Pretty much. Hi, Steve.
Hey, Rob. How's it going?
Good, bud. Good to see you. What did you do with that little rattlesnake?
Oh, we just left him. It was when we found him, somebody had moved a garbage can, put it closer to the table so, they could throw boxes and stuff in it. And went, hey, look, there's a rattlesnake. And we went over and went, yeah, there's a rattlesnake. So we put the garbage can back over there and just kept an eye on him. And when it warmed up and, his blood got going, he slithered on off somewhere and just went and did whatever snakes do.
So I'm guessing that wasn't at your house then?
Oh, no. I was at the range today. I was teaching a class today.
Oh, okay. I thought you found that rattlesnake at your house, and I was thinking.
Oh, no, if it was in my house, I would have killed it because the kids and all that. But
okay. Yeah.
I was over that way about 40 miles at the range. So, yeah, no, if it was by the house, it would have been dead.
Yeah, nothing wrong with killing it at the range either, as far as that goes.
Yeah, we're not very many
snakes,
people in Texas are forgiving of rattlesnakes for whatever reason.
Yeah.
I don't kill all of them, just the ones I see.
All right, Steve's locked up. Is it just?
No, I'm good.
Steve's locked up. I wonder if it's just mine.
No, he locked up.
Yeah, I may even just set my.
He's been glitching a little bit.
Okay.
But I think I have too. So
yeah, it wasn't until I got on here.
It's all your fault.
Mine hadn't done it till I got on.
Going to be all on your end. Then.
Probably. Where there's, I know there's somewhere I can adjust the.
No, privateer. I just let it go. It just wandered on off, and it was all cool. It was funny though, because for some of those folks, that was the first time they seen a rattlesnake. So we're like, okay, let's stop talking about shooting and let's talk about rattlesnake safety. Oh, it wasn't even enough to eat. That thing's probably under a foot long. I mean, that thing was little.
Those are the worst ones. Fighting.
Yeah. The baby rattlesnakes are the ones you just leave alone. Because if one of those gets you, they're just gonna give it all to you, and you're probably going to die.
Yeah, we took a couple minutes and explained that to everybody that had never seen one before.
Well, down here now we have the Western Diamondback, the Prairie Rattler, the Mojave rattlesnake, yay, and we have the Pygmy rattlesnake, which is a new arrival, relatively new arrival. So
that one's just what would that one be? A Western Diamondback.
That one, you have to show the picture
What?
again, but I think
The
you
one
might
you
have.
had?
Hold
He
on.
had a Mojave, I think.
Yeah.
It was a Mojave.
What it looked like, either a Mojave or a pygmy.
Hold on. Let me get the picture back up. I am. Oh, wait. I'm about to admit I don't know something on YouTube. I am not a snake expert.
Uh-oh.
I know.
It was bound to happen.
Snake bad.
So that's
And
not
no step on snake. Wait, there we go. I think I got it. Hold on.
that's a Mojave right there.
Oh, Mojave. Okay.
Yeah, that one there, that's the one that they're the most venomous rattlesnake there is. So there you go.
Well, good thing you're telling people to stay away from it.
There you go.
Somebody's all shoot it. I'm like, do you realize how many safety rules you're asking me to break right now? And you should just do push-ups till I pass out.
You push us off that. Oh, that would be great. Does anybody ever show up to your training with a revolver? I'm just
Yeah.
curious.
Oh yeah. And I am actually old enough to know how to teach them to shoot a revolver.
Cool. I need somebody to show me how to shoot mine. I had one guy try to show me, but he told me something about holding it backwards. I don't think that's right.
Actually, somebody showed up today, and I don't have her permission to say who she is, but you guys know her. And she had several revolvers. I was like, where did you get all these, young lady? She got to been collecting them. Like, okay. Well, I'll show you how to shoot this one too.
I saw the picture you posted, and I didn't see anybody I recognized.
Yeah, no, she was there, but like I said, I haven't got the okie. I forgot to ask her before they belled if it was okay if I said anything. So Monday morning, hopefully she shows up, and I'll be like, "Hey, say something."
I can't think who lives out there close to you. I'm looking at the picture right now.
Well, he doesn't want to say it on here.
Cool. It'll be fun to find out. Well, I know, but I'm just I'm trying to figure it out myself.
Rob, if you don't
I'm
say
trying to do
anything,
the
I'll
math
send
in
you
my
a
head
text.
of who lives.
Yeah, man,
Oh,
exactly.
I won't say anything. You don't have to. It can be.
You accidentally buy. How do you
I can be
accidentally
surprised
buy
like
a
everybody else.
revolver?
That's not a problem.
I actually, before I'm done buying pistols, I have one more revolver I have to purchase. So, unless somebody wants to trade me a revolver, I'll get rid of it. The Young had this one. That thing's just a toy. That's all it is. I want something that I can actually use. If you want something that looks
I may
cool,
wind up having to get off here. I don't know if anybody else is glitching, but both of y'all are having some issues, and it may be me. If it's just me, if I'm the only one seeing it, then no big deal. May just be my internet.
I'm not moving around a lot, Rob. I'm tired.
this gun looks scary from the side.
Would you get your finger out of the barrel of that thing?
It's empty.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. Get your finger out of the barrel of that thing.
You want to see? Don't got no bullets in it.
Miss West, throw things at him. Heavy
Don't.
things. Lots of them.
Yeah,
I have a empty firearm.
stop pointing that at us.
Don't make me start coughing. Go bite her.
No, the dog should be biting you for the multitude of safety violations.
Go bite her.
I got a video you should go watch, Wes.
Dude, if what did you eat? Oh,
Steve, out here in Texas, we live a little bit more on the edge with our firearms.
No.
stop throwing
And I'm
stuff.
just going to say no.
We had simple rules when I was growing up. Don't point the gun at anything you don't want to kill, and don't shoot yourself.
Well, how many of those did you just violate there, Dumas?
That's about it.
You have to check and make sure if the gun's unloaded.
Negative. First rule. Assume
Yeah.
all of them are loaded.
All of them are loaded until you make sure it's not.
No, there is no comma. There is no other sentence.
That's Boy Scout right now. That's there's a difference between being safe and being anal.
No, they're safe. That's it. Period.
There's
Safe.
safe and then there's not dead. Yeah. We're gonna stay at not dead. As long as we can get away with not being dead, we're great.
Well, not when you're pointing a revolver at your own skull there, Dumas.
Yeah. Okay, we'll go to how not to be safe. Here, let me fix it.
Hey, Rob, if he shoots himself on accident right now, I get all his gear. I'm just calling it. I get all his gear.
You better get there before I do.
No, I called it, dude. You can't get it. I called it. All right. That's the rule. I called it.
Yeah, well, you know me and rules.
Okay, so hey, I'll give you back the rifles that he borrowed from you.
Is that better? It's a 17.
That's just a.
Yeah,
it's a 17. That's just a 17.
Yeah, it looks like a 45, but it's a 17.
I got BB guns that shoot bigger bullets than that.
Yeah. It's super loud and it's really fun. It's made just like the regular 6-shooter. It even looks like one, feels like one. They have absolutely.
Okay, so Wes, I realize that you're trying to justify your lack of safety, and let's go back to no.
Me and Steve just never get along on the ring. Now I can't get it back together. I'm going to point this at the camera. There. Next thing you know, he's going to tell me not to carry one in the chamber.
No, that one I won't tell you. I think that one's ridiculous.
Do you carry a Glock? Or
Wes,
what?
you might want to check out. I don't think you can hear me.
No, we can hear you.
Oh, just ignore me. That's even better. Wes, you might want to check out what Tibor is saying in the comments.
What Tibor say?
Tibor at?
I'm going to ask the widow to marry me.
Oh, there you go. All right, Tibor. I get his gear. I'll give Rob back the rifles he borrowed, and then you can ask the missus. It'll all be good. All right. Yeah. Go ahead, Wes. Ignore the rules. Ignore all of them. Yeah. Hey, Rachel, for your question there, that's if I like you or not. The last time I let people borrow my pistols to learn, yeah, they broke one. Really kind of ticked me off.
Wow, how'd they do that? I mean, that's not easy to do.
I don't know. One of my pistols, a pin came out of it, and the damn thing just will not work. And I got to go find an armorer to fix it because I know I'll admit something again. I'm not an armorer. So, hey, and then Rachel, I mean, for reals, I mean, not that I'm trying to sell my thing here or nothing, but I keep the price way down so that way people can go buy their own arms and their own ammo. So. I mean, the silly class I taught today, it wasn't silly because I was teaching it. So it was outstanding and worth everyone's time. I charged everybody $120, and that just covers the range basically. And at the end of the day, I think I made $200 at the end of it all. And the rest went to cover the range. I'm not trying to do this to live off of. Does that make sense? So I rather keep the price down and everybody can buy their own stuff and they can learn, you know?
Yeah.
Well, there's guys
$200 a day. That's not bad.
Well, at the range that we use, there's a guy there. It was actually kind of funny today, but that's another story. There's a guy there. It's a Navy SEAL. He's a Navy SEAL. In case you were wondering, he's a Navy SEAL. And he'll let you know he's a Navy SEAL. He teaches the same stuff, but he will charge $250. And I mean, people pay it, and everybody's like, well, you should charge the same. I'm like, man, I ain't trying to live off this, man. I'd rather teach more people.
That's one of the guy here that I know that does the he does concealed carry training or whatever. But I think he's 250 a day. What do you want?
Well, like that,
Liquor.
the video before all the COVID stuff came up that I put up when we were running around vehicles and 2-man teams move and all that good stuff. I easily could have charged like $400 for that, but that's not the point. The making the money for me is not the point, because I have my wonderful retirement check, so I'm good.
Can I give you? Come here. I'm gonna give you some eyeliner. Let me draw on your face. Come here. Let me draw on your face. You might want a
I
dog.
want to throw something out here. Rachel said something about a high point. I've known 2 or 3 people that shot high points, and they may not be the premier pistol you can buy, but a $200 pistol with a lifetime guarantee, no matter who owns it, that hits what it shoots at. There's something to be said for that.
Where's that?
Man, so folks today brought these little 22s, Taurus something or others. I can't remember the name of it, but they're all compliant and all that good stuff. And you couldn't clear them like a normal pistol, I guess. You had to leave the magazine in to drop the hammer, and if you didn't leave the magazine in, the hammer wouldn't drop. We couldn't figure out any way to do it without that.
That's weird.
Yeah, and they're brand new or whatever, and they went and bought them for not just this class but other classes, because 22 ammo's cheap and all that good stuff. And we literally stood there for I don't know, 20 minutes trying to figure it out. And then my buddy John that runs the stuff with me too, he's the guy that knows everything about all the guns. And like half the guys on YouTube that talk about guns, I'm like, oh, I need to get John to talk to him, because he just make them, cry and stop talking. He couldn't figure it out either. So I'm like, okay, if he can't figure it out and I can't figure it out, then there's just something weird with this. Oh, and then to answer your question, yes, I carry Glocks just because they're simple, they're cheap, they work.
It says I never understood
Daniel know that?
everybody so down on Glock. I mean,
yeah, Rob, Daniel knows that, and he gets all pissy when I don't join his CZ cult. I'm like, dude, the first Glock I got it cost me $300. I'm like, man, they're easy. You don't have to think about nothing. The only thing I don't like about Glocks is when you take them apart to clean them. I don't like pulling the trigger because, unlike Wes, I follow the safety rules. So you got to click the trigger to take the slide off, and it bugs me every single time. I freak out every single time I have to do it.
Yeah, that's the same way on the Taurus Millennial or whatever. You got to click the trigger to take it off.
I've never fired a Glock that I know of. If I have, and no reason, just hadn't.
Dude, it's all the same. It's that was one thing we were covering today is, everybody had different pistols. So I had some people bring them up, right? And then the whole class today was just marksmanship. That's all we were talking. We weren't combat shooting or none of that, right? We're just marksmanship. And I showed everybody, yeah, okay, all these people got different sights, but at the end of the day, it's all the same thing. You line up the front sight with the rear sight and put you get your sight alignment and then get your sight picture, and it's all good. The rest of it is just woohoo.
My wife's Glock is pretty easy to shoot. My daughter's little Taurus is easy to shoot. my Beretta's growing on me, but I'm the first 3 rounds I can put where I want. I still the 4th, 5th, and 6th can't get the crap to go anywhere. Hey, he's being extra careful just because of you.
Yeah,
I'm going to pull your face off.
Yes, he should be. But Wes, there shouldn't be. There's no mechanical reason off of Beretta that your 3rd or 4th shot should not be the same as the other. Do you got a double action?
Yes.
So your first shot would be double action, right? And then the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 15th round, there shouldn't be anything wrong mechanically.
Yeah, I don't know what it's got to be me.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know what.
Nice.
I don't know. I let Rob shoot it, and it's like it's weird. It's something about the gun. I don't know what it is. But then again, you only shot it that one time. But it's like, I think some of it is I'm chasing the little white around because it's got the glow in the dark sights or whatever. I'm wondering if I ought to take those off. Do you
Well,
have
I
the
mean,
glow in the dark sights?
the glow in the dark sight shouldn't do anything if you're looking at your front sight post, which you should be looking at your front sight post. It
Well,
shouldn't do
I
anything.
think that's some of it, but after it may just be my eyes because I lose the back sights completely. They're completely gone.
Yeah, you're supposed to.
Well,
I
Yeah,
guess
that's okay.
I guess I need to come to Texas and teach you Texas boys how to shoot now, don't I?
Come on down. Come on down.
the way everybody's shooting now and stuff is not the way I was taught to shoot. The way I was taught to shoot, you made every shot count. You didn't go bang, bang, bang at nothing. And we weren't
Yeah, no,
shooting at something
that's
10
what we were
clicks
doing
away.
today. That's the kind of the shooting we were doing today. Was I had no time limits. I didn't have no timers. I just said, okay, you're going to shoot 15 rounds, and if we got to stand here for the next 3 hours, cool. Shoot these 15 rounds. I mean, we did more than that, but when I first told them, I said, there's no timers, there's nothing. Just get all zen with it and do it.
I don't think we ever put a target any closer than 20 yards from us when I was a kid, even for the pistols. Just, I don't know, maybe that's too far away, but I don't know.
Yeah, Tibor, you're right. That's why I was saying front sight post. So it was actually funny because today's class was an idea I had with rifles that worked first. I took what they teach us in Marine Corps boot camp and condensed it to 6 hours. So yes, people were overloaded, but they learned. So
This pistol right here I bought in 1983, I think. It's a Colt Commander 1911. And I bought it because when I pick it up, hold it, and point it without even looking at it, and then I line myself up on the sides, it's almost exactly where I want it to be. And it fit my hand. So I have shot a few rounds to it. It just is an extension of my arm at this point.
I wound up, the Beretta was given to me. I've never been a semi-automatic kind of guy. I just never have. I learned to shoot on a Security 6, and that's what I like. So.
I mean, the first pistol I actually learned how to shoot, besides just plinking in somebody's backyard or whatever, was a Beretta when I was in the Corps.
And see, it's in a 40. The only thing I would like different or would change about that thing, I think, is I prefer it to be in a 9mm, but I don't know that.
The only thing I don't like about this pistol is it does not feed anything but ball ammo very well. Semi-wad cutters, hollow points, it doesn't like them as much. And we've tried clearing the throat ramp, doing everything else in the feed ramp. It just, I don't know what it is. But ball ammo, it'll eat right up.
Hey, Rob, is it reloads or factory rounds?
Factory.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's just probably a quirk of the gun. Because some of them do have quirks.
Yeah, it does. This one, I mean, the feed ramp is really, hang on. There we go. Now you won't be able to see it, but the feed ramp on here is just really steep. I mean, it is a sharp angle. And so my guess is that it just doesn't.
Yeah.
But I love it.
Tibor said the first pistol he shot was when he was in Germany during World War II. I'm not sure what side he was on. Oh, wait, no, never mind. It was brought back from there. Tibor's not that old. Sorry.
He was fighting for the French, wasn't he?
There you go. That means he shot the pistol once, dropped it, and put his hands up.
We used to get these what they called them target rounds or whatever, and they were 9mm, but the slugs were like flat, but they went in the pistol okay. They were some government issue crap.
Yeah, those are everyone else calls them wad cutters.
Yeah.
But when you're shooting the government ammo, yeah, they call it target/practice-6792, whatever the hell they call it. But for regular folks, they're just called wad cutters.
Wad cutters.
Not bad. Hey, Will, Taurus, honest to goodness, if I get another pistol, I own several, but I only really have two. I carry this one, and I've got a Smith & Wesson J-frame 38 357 that I carry in my truck as a backup pistol in case I forget this one or something happens. But my next pistol would be a Taurus Judge because I really like the idea of being able to load those 410 double aught shells in there.
You know, the only thing on the I would like the Taurus, a Judge, but I don't want the rifling. I want a smooth bore.
Oh yeah.
If you have a smooth bore, the effective range of your shot shells.
Wow.
Impressive. But the Judge, it's got that little spin on it, so when you shoot the shot shells, it just slings everything out. But if you got a smooth bore, it doesn't do that. And it's a Judge, so you're not going to try to shoot at anything past 20 yards. So what do you need the rifle for anyway? You need a barrel. That's it. That's all.
I actually went and tried to buy the wife one of those Judge revolvers, and I was unaware that they were illegal in the Republic of California.
Oh, good grief.
Well, because they can fire a 410 round, so they can consider it a shotgun. I didn't know. I didn't know. And then some fat piece of wanted to say something sideways to me about it and make a joke for the whole store to hear. And I was like, yeah, dude, that's great. When's the last time you've actually been on a diet or ran anywhere? And the whole place set up, and he just looked at me. And then the manager came from the back. Excuse me, sir, can I help you? I said, yeah, I don't want to talk to this fat anymore.
Yeah.
Don't be rude to me, man. I didn't have a clue about that. So I ended up getting the wife a 45 revolver, which took forever to find. I didn't realize it would be that hard.
Yeah, I don't
Wheel
know.
guns are nice. They are pretty straightforward and not a lot to mess up. The governor, huh? I don't know that one. How do you say that? Nidavalier? NFW. That's how I say it. NFW, I don't know what that is, but we'll look at that. Not that I'm going to get one because good grief, I am a gun junkie anyway. How many more guns do you need? One more.
The same thing with the Judge, the circuit judge or whatever, the rifle. It's got the rifle barrel on it. So I mean, it's great with the 45 long Colt, but then when you put any of the shot shells in it, it's totally ineffective past 7 or 8 yards. You can't hit nothing with it.
Yeah, but that's okay. 7 or 8 yards is a pretty average bad guy shot.
Well, yeah, but when you're selling a deal, you got a 410 shotgun or a rifle. No, you don't. Not if it's got a rifled barrel. A rifled barrel. If your shotgun has a rifled barrel on it, do not even bother. Don't waste your money on birdshot because you're going to shoot around the bad guy. There's videos on YouTube that show you that it causes the shot donuts because of the rifling. The end.
Makes sense.
It happens as soon as it leaves the barrel. It comes out of the barrel spinning and it just opens up, and then Instead of it being a wad of lead going at people, it's a ring of lead. You may hit them with a few of them, but you're not going to hit them. You're not going to hit them with a blast. The rifled barrel is a bad deal for a shotgun shooting. A rifled barrel is for a slug. The end. And past that, it's not good for anything.
Yeah. Wait, C-103 out of here? Apparently so. Good night, bud.
Good
Yep,
night,
there it is.
Mark.
Hey, Brandon, I have thermal scopes. I just don't have them hooked up on my rifles. I know, Rob, you got one hooked up on yours, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he was asking
friggin'
about,
awesome.
yeah, he was asking about thermal rifle setups.
Okay, I guess I didn't realize that. Yeah. Say again?
You can't. Doesn't matter what choke you put on a rifled barrel, Ted. It's the spin. It's
chokes are for sure. Yeah.
It's the centrifugal force of the spin. It sends the lead to the outside. The end. It's not going to matter. The little cup's going to keep going down the middle. I mean, you can slap them really hard with it, I guess.
I didn't know that, Ben. That's kind of cool. I have a lot of Norse and Viking heritage. Good grief, between my Norse heritage and my Scotch and Irish heritage, it's no wonder I've got a temper.
Nidavalier Forge and Woodcraft. The missus told me how to say it.
NFW Bent is the kind of guy that knows all kinds of cool stuff. I'm never surprised what he knows. An ATN. Brandon, I got a buddy that's got an ATN and it works fairly well. It's certainly nothing wrong with it. It'll get the job done. He's also got a FLIR, and I've got a Pulsar. Good grief, my brain. I got a Pulsar that I got. They're stupid expensive, but boy, howdy.
I have a Norinco or something like that on mine. It's got a glass on it and then like these little crosshairs in it. And then you put the little plus sign on you want to kill.
A thermal or a night vision?
No. If I had a thermal, I'd still be out there shooting at hogs right now. My wife would be like, "Where's my husband at?" And everybody would be like, "He's out hog hunting."
Yeah, I don't have the scopes. I just got the binoculars.
Brandon, if you want to, not to pump any of my own stuff, but on my other channel, I'll type it in the comments here. I've got a couple of videos that I've done with that scope. If it's something you're interested in,
the Painless Brothers or whatever.
Yeah,
dude, I thought that was a joke until it actually came up as a real channel. I was like, oh, okay.
Whenever they're doing stuff together, I'm not allowed to go there because I'm not a painless. I'm a pain. I'm just joking. I'm American.
You do need to come out here sometime. That'd be kind of fun. I hate that when I was out there in your part of the world, I didn't get to.
Dude, that was hilarious when you put the pictures up about being a Malibu. I'm like, he has no idea the geography here. We're 20 miles that way. And it took me maybe 30 minutes to drive over there. It was hilarious.
Wow. Yeah. No, I do have no idea.
When Rob was wearing his purple clothes and dancing around?
Not that trip.
Oh, you made another
different trip. Yeah, we went last August. We were July. I don't remember when we were out there.
Yeah, it was somewhere
that's
around.
The one where we went out to the desert. It must have been late July. We went out to the desert. Yeah, rode in the Jeeps. My gosh, it was hot out there like it is here.
Well, he went off on the Apple dude today on Instagram. I don't know what his deal was. That Jeep Tours dude.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I hadn't seen anything from him in a while.
So how did Happy Hair feel about the snake in the face?
She didn't care.
She didn't care.
She's not bothered by snakes. Hey, funny story here, Steve, about snakes. Before I ever met Wes, it's been 3 or 4 years ago. I don't even know when. Christy, Happy Hair, my wife and I, were doing a video. We were talking about our outhouse out in the back part of our property behind my shop. We've got an outhouse out there, which is a handy thing to have for just in case. And in the video, I don't know, Christy, I think she said something about snakes, and I mentioned, yeah, we really don't see many snakes out here. Well, it turns out the weeds were about 3 feet high back there everywhere. So Mr. S up here in the comments posted I remember his comment because it was funny. He said the reason you don't see any snakes is because of all the weeds. Happy Hair's right, brother. Get some Roundup.
You couldn't have seen a snake back there if your life depended on it. Oh.
Hey, Rob, Tibor's asking if you were rollerblading in Malibu.
I was not rollerblading. Thank you very large.
And honestly, in Malibu, there's not too many places to rollerblade. That would be in
Good
Venice.
grief. How could you? I mean, there's 1,000 people per square foot down there.
Yeah. And it's funny. I gotta do that video for you, Wes, and go drive down and get some of the homeless and take some video of the other spots. Cause I mean, well, you know, Rob,
Oh,
Malibu
yeah.
is actually a little tiny speck of thing.
Every overpass has probably 20 people living under it.
Mm-hmm. Most of Malibu is the houses on the coast that would have been north of where you were at. Because where
Yeah.
you guys were at were the stores and stuff like that. And that's just a small little stretch of it. The rest of it is houses going up the coast all the way to the Ventura line. And then they count part of it past that as Malibu, but it's in Ventura County where I'm at.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And we were in Orange County.
Operational security and said where I was again. Oh, shit.
Oh,
that doesn't narrow it. That doesn't narrow it down very much.
Oh, sorry, Rob. I was walking all over you. Go ahead.
That's okay.
I
I
was
was just telling Steve that didn't narrow it down very much.
Yeah, I hope nobody figures out what part of the world I live in.
Maybe they won't.
Maybe they won't.
Maybe.
Oh, I ain't worried about that stuff in 20-some years. If somebody wants to find me, they can find me.
If people can't put a pin in my hat after 4 years of YouTube, they just might as well give it up. Just go ahead and break all those safety rules with the guns. You'll be fine.
Yeah. Although, knowing that area even fairly well as I do and watching, when Wes used to do his Wes S style videos driving to get his morning burrito every day, I would slow it down and watch it and try to look at road signs and figure out where he was. And I still never could. I knew about where he was, but I couldn't quite pin it down.
Okay, so I won't say this channel's name because I'm not trying to get on him, but there's a channel and he was trying to do the whole operational security thing. And when he first started, he was doing those drive home videos. So I sent him an email and I'm like, hey dude, you change your camera angle. I can read all the signs on the other side of the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
That's I put mine to where it was the camera was down and pointing up at me or whatever. So I was like, yeah, it's going to be really hard to see a street sign. And back then I didn't really care. I mean, I don't think anybody would ever watch my channel.
Yeah.
I've got, I don't know how many of those driving videos on my phone right now that I don't remember. I'm like, nobody wants to hear that crap.
I wish I'd have thought about that when I was commuting every day. I mean, I would spend, sometimes 4 hours or more commuting. I could have made all kinds of videos.
Wow. Good grief. Yeah. Yeah, it's a fun way to do it if you got something on your mind.
If you knew about the way the mail works out here in rural Texas, you'd understand why it's a mailbox.
Yeah, P.O. box don't mean squat.
Yeah, they the delivery dude the other day, instead of coming up to our house, dropped a package off at the end of our driveway. That's 350 yards from my front door. Asshole.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the dogs are wagging their tails and salivating, not because they want to eat you. They hope you have a biscuit. The UPS guy
Yeah.
and the FedEx guy have ruined the dogs. They literally run out there and sit down in a row, ding, 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 and wait for their freaking milk bone.
That's like those two puppies we got. Every now and then we'll get a new FedEx guy that pulls up and he's like, "Is it safe to get out?" I said, "Do you see them? That's not very vicious. They'll
The
get in and ride around with you, dude."
FedEx hadn't been showing up in a while, so I caught my dog in here earlier. She had the mouse and she was scrolling around. She was trying to click on the Amazon link. To order something. So she get her a milk bone. And that guy tries to be all sneaky about it whenever I'm here. I'll go out and, "Hey, how's it going?" I'll pick the package up and he waits for me to turn around and walk off. He's like, "Here you go, doggy." I'm like, "I've already caught you feeding my dog, dude. It's okay."
I actually had a
Okay.
UPS guy come up and he had a bone in his hand already because he heard the dog. And he's like, "Oh, yeah, I keep these around just in case. I make friends with everybody's dog and I'm cool."
Yeah. I mean, it's really, really smart.
Oh, yeah. Who is GC? Oh, okay. Never mind. I know who that is. I had to think about it a second.
What are those people doing? Everyone else is watching a video right now. I don't know what the hell they're doing down there.
Yeah, I don't miss having neighbors. My closest neighbor is, I don't know, half a mile maybe, and I can't see his house.
I got less neighbors now than I did at the old house. And then the old folks over there have realized that I'm not the most talkative, hang out at the fence and talk over it kind of fella. Because I got shit to do.
No, I haven't seen Anna since her birthday. And Privateer, I actually stumbled across those videos and some of the notes and stuff. And I'm like, you know what? I ought to finish this.
Hey, been out of shape. She was on somebody's chat the other day. She's alive and well. Oh, and then she showed up Monday morning. Last Monday, she showed up on my live stream. So, and yes, I still have video of her in case I need to use it for blackmail later.
See, Monday I was in went to the doctor. Got told off by the doctors. They ganged up on me. There was two of them.
I tell you what, that was hilarious, Rob, when she was on there.
Yeah, Anna.
I was laughing so damn much I couldn't even keep up with the chat.
She was lit.
That was a good time.
Oh, yeah, she was.
Yeah. No, she's doing okay. She sent me a text this morning while I was at the feedlot and couldn't answer. That's how I got to start my day. I was going to relax and just kind of sleep in, snuggle with my wife, that kind of thing. And nope, feedlot calls around 7 o'clock. So I get to spend about 6 or 7 hours out. Oh my gosh. 6 or 7 hours out there trying to trace down why one of the pumps isn't working and working off their labels, which turned out to be wrong. So I spent about 2 hours tracing the wrong conduit and the wrong wires and labeling stuff, which I had to go back through after I was done and take those labels off and relabel it. Good grief. But it pays well.
Yeah, there you go.
There's that. Did you get it fixed, though? Or did you just call
him? Oh, yeah. Of course.
Sorry. Couldn't resist. Hey, where's the other Rob at?
Yeah, we wound up having to change out a 10-horse motor. And who, Robert Moore?
Yeah, I hadn't seen him tonight. Was he in here last night?
I don't remember seeing him last night. Of course, last night was a good chat too. We had fun.
Anybody did anybody in here enjoy the chat over on Patreon the other night? Just out of curiosity.
Rachel made me go over there.
I'd plug in my Patreon. I'm just wanting to know if that was something y'all want me to keep doing.
Rachel forced me to go sign up on your Patreon.
Sorry.
She harassed me for like an hour. I'm like, okay, hold on.
Hold on. Flavoring my Coca-Cola.
19 Privateer says, Wes, you need to do another one of the dark story videos. I don't know what that is.
That was before you started following me. I was doing all these people were doing the hero video or whatever, where the guy was saving the day. I was writing a short story and reading it online of a guy who wasn't out to save the day. He just wanted vengeance, killing everybody. He killed a 13-year-old in the last one.
I kind of remember that.
He stabbed her in the neck with a spear.
Sweet.
Everybody wants to pretend like they can write a dark. No, this can write a dark story.
And just so you guys know, Rachel's lying. She badgered me for an hour. She's trying to say that she didn't force me to do anything.
Surprised.
She sure did.
Yeah, and like my wife tried to tell me that you made her throw stuff at me.
See, it can happen.
Not the way it works.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 480 hurts really bad.
Yeah.
A friend of mine got tied up in 480 and it jumped from his left testicle to his leg. It was jumping, it was arcing in his hands. Yeah.
Ouch.
That's harsh.
I didn't see it, but he told me I was swole up for 2 months.
First time I got hit, I got 480 face to face as a young electrician. I was 20 maybe, and I got cavalier about some stuff we were doing and didn't. You're supposed to turn the switch off, pull the fuses, check it with your meter. Well, that was way too much trouble, so I just turned the switch off and figured we'd be fine. And I reached down and grabbed the 2 wires with my hands, and it was like the Invisible Man. I was down on my knees, and it was like the Invisible Man stepped up and uppercut me with a pick handle right across the chest, knocked me back about 15 feet. I hit the ground, came to, going.
That explains a lot.
Yeah.
You don't want to be rude. I understand that. I suppose. Damn it. See, that's why I got to read the chat. Y'all wonder why I pay attention to the chat now. I used to didn't do it.
All right, I got to go find some coffee.
Okay.
I can't believe it.
Dadgummit. That could put somebody's eye out. I need to hold on to that.
Rachel, you better bring plenty of Kona chocolate bars if you do that.
We are not mouse gluing Wes to anything.
Privateer.
Oh, man.
Privateer. I went out with my metal detector yesterday before I came and got on Wes's live stream. I was out at that place I always go, and I didn't find any silver, but I found a couple of just clad dimes, and I found a nice piece of lead. I don't have a clue what it is. I bet it weighs 2 pounds. And and then of course some other junk and stuff like that. But I finally got back out with my metal detector. I had forgotten. That's like when I go arrowhead hunting. I'll absolutely lose track of time and just can keep going and going and going because I love it.
Riley was putting some stuff up on Riley McNutt. He found some arrowheads the other day in the creek, whatever, wherever he's
Who
at.
did?
Riley McNutt. He's I think he's like 15.
Who?
He's a kid who comes in. Riley.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, he was putting.
I follow him on Instagram. He
found a spoon. Yeah, I saw the spoon. Dude, if you want,
I haven't seen that yet.
A whole bunch of them.
And Mrs. West, nobody believes you. We know you want to be rude to your guest.
She's actually really nice.
You're just. I know she is, but she wants to. That's the key word. Wants to.
She is the one that wanted to install the spike strips, the automatic spike strips, and a video camera. She's like, "Oh nope." That would actually be super cool. I want those now.
Yep. Ooh, pickled eggs. Those look good. Sweet.
Oh, the bleachers at Southland. That when you're going down US Highway 84, that little town Southland. Dude, if it's rained, go over there and just stand on the ground and reach up there and touch the bleachers. Out of you, dude. I don't know what it is, but they have one pin going straight to ground through those bleachers somewhere. It will light up. And it's been like that since I was in school there.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I just found it. Privateer. Okay, what the heck here? Holy cow. Okay.
I seen that.
Posted my snake. Wes,
Yeah.
when I used to work.
Quick.
I used to work for the carnival when I was in high school. Good time. This good. Being a carny was a lot of fun. Some neat people and a good camaraderie, and it was great. But one of the things that I found out early on, they carry their own electricity. They got a big semi-trailer mounted generator that they carry around to run all the rides and everything. And one of the first times I was kind of like in with everybody, they were all like, "Hey, everybody just like all together, like, hey, we need to go to the generator trailer. Hey, come on, Rob, let's go to the generator trailer." And I'm like, okay. And we all ran over to the generator trailer and they all started jumping in. But I'm observant, and I noticed that every one of them, as they went to go in the generator trailer, jumped up, then grabbed the handle as they put their foot on this first step to go up in there. So I did the same thing. They were highly disappointed. Turns out, if you just walk up there and reach up and grab it first, knock your dick in the dirt, man. I mean, hit you hard. But I missed it because I was paying attention. But that was okay because eventually we had somebody else and I got to be in on it and watch them do it. And it did. I mean, that dude grabbed it and just bam, knocked you back. Wow.
Nothing like having friends, I'm telling you. Oh,
yeah, I'm telling you.
It's like we had it was a 10-mile or 15-mile fence charger or whatever, and we'd plug it into the inverter, and we'd stick it to we had a clamp, and we could clamp it to the bed of the welding truck. It knocked the piss out of you, man.
I believe it.
That is a deterrent.
Yeah,
you got somebody that keeps reaching on and getting tools off the bed of your welding truck, I'll stop that shit.
For sure. My buddy Joel, he's got those cows over there just to the west of me. I was out there working on his well one day, and I'd gotten inside the fence where the electricity is. He's got a little cage around it to keep the cows out. Well, I started to walk out of there through the weeds, and I wasn't paying attention, thinking real good. And out of nowhere, my buddy, my friend Joel, hit me right across the thighs with a pipe or a 2x4. And I never even saw him do it, but it about knocked me down. And I got up cussing and looked over, and he's laughing, and I was pissed. And I started to walk towards him to figure out what the heck that was all about. And he holds his hands up and says, "Stop, stop." And I'm thinking, I ain't stopping. I'm going to club you. And but I stopped, and he said, "Look." And I had walked right into that hot wire with my legs. And that thing, I mean, boy.
See how my brothers took me,
Man.
we went rabbit hunting. And this is, I know I've told this story before, I'm going to tell it again. They stepped over the fence. I stepped over the fence, but it was icy. I slipped down, and I'm spread eagle over this thing. And it's just cooking me. It's funny. I'm dying here. You know, help a brother out.
Nope.
Nope.
Because they're not touching you, they'll get shocked.
That's the one. I finally got off of it or whatever, and they're just like, "Next time you'll know to step in the loose snow."
Oh.
Dude, it was like a week later. We were back down there again, and you know those things, they cycle, right? They don't just constant current. But it came on, and the dog, we had a big German Shepherd, and that dog was like, started looking at that wire, and then leaned over there and took a sniff and got too close. Man, that dog yelped for a half a mile straight back to the house. And that dog was,
yeah, the evil spirit got him.
But when that fence zapped his nose, that was it. He was gone. He never followed us again. He was done with that part. Now he would go the other direction, but he wouldn't go out there to that. But it was a big wheat field or whatever, and we go rabbit hunting over there. So.
You ever watched a bird sit on an electric fence? If he gets over close to one of the poles, the bird will be sitting there kind of balancing, you know, fluffing himself up and reach over to that post to wipe his beak, and his wings will just go straight out and his feet lock up, and he just hangs like they lock up for a minute.
Yeah. I know that's not funny.
We had these big ass what are they? Blue herrings. They're really big ass birds. They look like pterodactyls or something, right? So okay, so this would be kind of funny and kind of not funny. So I'm working a housing unit. For you guys that don't know, I used to work in a prison. I'm working a housing unit, and they're like, "Hey, CO, check that out." And I look out there, and you see this big blue herring on the electrical wires. Don't give it away, because yes, we're going there. So the bird sticks its wings out, hits the wires, shorts it all out. I mean, fire, flames, sparks going everywhere, and the lights go out. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And the lights go out. And I'm like, great. Standing out in the open, and the lights are out. Yeah. Yeah. So the fun, okay. And then you go, well, how'd you get out of that? I turned my radio off and just sat down in a chair. They couldn't see me. I couldn't see them. They just thought I was one of them. And I just hung out until the lights came back on, and they were all laughing because I was sitting there in front of the TV with them.
There you go. No, man, electricity is unforgiving. Have you ever seen the lightning, the ball lightning stuff, Rob or Steve or anybody?
Yep.
Once. That stuff came down and hit, like, the fence around a pasture, and you actually saw this stuff like just a blue glob come all the way around the fence and then jump probably 50 yards and blew the guts right out of one of the cows. Just like literally exploded.
Yeah, ball lightning, it's just like a big mass of charged plasma that's looking for a place to release. It's bizarre.
It is weird. I don't understand why it didn't jump to the ground on any of those fence posts.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it was cedar posts, and it wasn't raining. It was just lightning. But when it got around to that side of the, and there was grass and everything else, I don't still. It's just weird. It hit the other side of the pasture, and it. When you tell the story, everybody, when you picture it in your head, it moves real slow. No, it went really fast. Went really fast around the fence, and then bam, and then it was over with. And then cow down.
Yeah, Steve, the birds shorting out stuff like that's a very common phenomenon. In fact, for a while out here at that feedlot I take care of, I was out there a couple of times a day fixing problems because we had it actually was a little bit wet that year, and we had tons of these grackles and blackbirds that would get up around the transformer up on top, and they would stretch their wings out and catch two posts at the same time, and drop a line fuse somewhere, shut stuff off. It was crazy for a while. First time it ever happened to me was when I was in Colorado. I was in my house, and I heard outside, boom! And I thought somebody fired a shotgun at me. So I grabbed a rifle and went out going to whoop some butt, and looked and looked and looked. And so I couldn't find them. So I went back in the house and realized the electricity's off. And I had to think about it for a second. And I thought, I bet I know. And I walked out around back where the transformer was and got to looking around. And there was a squirrel laying on the ground, feet out like that, and a big scorch mark right down. He had jumped across from one post, and when his front feet hit, his tail was still touching the other one, and it roasted him.
Power went out in Brownfield back in the late 80s. The whole town dark. A cat had started chasing a squirrel, and they got up in the substation. And the cat got the squirrel at the time. It got to point A, and between the two of them, there was enough liquid to make a connection across it, and it darkened the whole town. It took them forever to figure out what was going on.
Hey, same thing here, right up the road.
After they found what happened, it was an easy fix, but they were like, why did it kill the whole thing? It knocked all the fuses. It just tripped every fuse everywhere.
Oh, yeah. Up the road here a little ways, I think it was year before last. Same kind of thing, except it was a snake, a big bull snake got into that transformer housing and got wrapped around one and reached out for the other one. Bing, dropped it and then blew the snake up, and they couldn't figure out for a while what had happened until they finally got to looking around in that thing. Now what was left of it. Power was out for 8 or 10 hours before they figured it out. Electricity's cool.
When I was doing air conditioning service and stuff, there was more than once that I'd get out there and it just quit working. The inside's still blowing air, but it's not doing anything. And you go out there and you check, and the breaker's thrown, and you check to see if anything's shorted out or blowed up. Everything seems to be okay. So you take the cover off of the disconnect. Invariably, there would be a gecko, a lizard, or a mouse that had gotten from one side to the other and just sorted everything out and tripped it out. I mean, I lost count of the number of times that I had to go out and dig a lizard or something out of somebody's breaker.
Yeah. Wes, I don't know if somewhere I've got a picture. It's a cool picture. Out at the co-op elevator out there, they had called me out, and I was trying to figure out why something was wrong. Fuses were blown. And I walked up to this panel, and I opened the lid and swung it off, and I was looking at it and trying to figure out what the heck happened. And after a couple of minutes, I started to walk away, and I looked on my left side here, and hanging by one of the little terminals is a rat, and he's still got one claw hanging onto it, and his other claw is reaching out. That stupid rat was in there, and that thing, I left it hanging there for years. It stank for the first few weeks, but then it dried out, and it was just fun. I'd have somebody out there. I said, "Hey, we had some problems with this, and go see if you see anything wrong with it." And they'd open up, be doing the same thing, looking, and then they'd look over and see that rat hanging there. It was great. It was. Remember that old poster where a cat or something like that's on there, and it's like, "Hang in there, baby," or I don't remember, but it was that.
Yeah.
It was great.
Hang in there. I used to have that on my wall. Hang in there. Yeah, there's been a couple times you'd find the mouse and they'd be like, their one or the other paw would still be holding onto the wire, and the other one would actually be gone. And you're like,
Yeah.
man, shit had to hurt.
Just for a moment.
And they literally, they just,
UFO. No, it wasn't a UFO. I don't know, Will.
yeah, I know you're a lightning rod. What? Rule 1 at this property: if there's a cloud in the sky, you love that woman from a distance. We were at her mom's house. Lightning struck the house. What, more than once? With that house with you in it, that the house has been hit 2 or 3 times. Three times. She walks under my tree in the front yard and gets hit by lightning. She has a cute little star on her arm from the electricity jumping from the tree to her arm.
A cute
Yeah,
little
if it's
scar.
cloudy, she not getting no hugs from outside. Not happening. I got a 10-foot
leaving. Good night, Carol.
Not Carol. It's just, it's not safe, man. There's some things you're just not prudent. I'm really glad you didn't get dead in that.
Yeah, I'm glad I did.
Yeah.
Dude, that tree exploded. There were
Yeah.
2 and 3 foot spikes of mulberry wood sticking into the ground 6 or 8 inches all over Ellangone. And Kirsten got slapped by a piece of bark.
Yeah.
The wife got hit in the arm by a bolt of lightning. Still freaks me out. And the cool thing is it left that star.
That happened to my little brother up there in Amarillo.
I'd say the cool thing is, anyway, I don't know what it is about her biological makeup, but she is definitely a lightning rod. She's the light of the party.
Yeah, that happened to my little brother up there in Amarillo. Lightning hit a tree while he was in his garage, right on the edge of his garage, and he still has some hearing damage from it. It blew pieces of that tree. A couple of them smacked off of him and took some paint off his pickup. It was nasty, nasty. Lightning is a weird thing, man.
To get hit by lightning is we were out with the Boy Scouts and we were up on a hillside on a trail, and all of a sudden our little scoutmaster started screaming, "Turn around and run." And we all turned and ran. We didn't know why. And then later, it hit the hill, the top of the hill that we were climbing up. Later, we're like, "Hey, how did you know for us to turn and run?" He goes, "Everybody started glowing." With what do they call it? There's a name for it, where you start getting all
St. Elmo's fire.
Yeah, that's it. That's what it was. So he explained that to us, and we're like, "Oh yeah, everything did look kind." And I remember, everything did look kind of weird for a minute. But man, that was 20 boys. We were all like 15 or whatever, running as fast as we could with our packs down the hill because what was his name? I can't think of his name, but I can visualize him right now. He was old for being around with all of his kids, and he was passing us running, and we're like, "No, if he's running faster, running faster."
I've been up on top of mountaintops where you can, on 14,000-foot peaks in Colorado, where if you would raise my hand and you can hear the electricity discharging off your hand as you raised it, but there was no lightning or anything. And then once walking up a hill like that or up on top of a ridge, I felt my mustache itching, and somebody looked and they're like, "Holy cow!" And my mustache was just like it was alive, all the whiskers, just doing that on its own, and I could feel the electrical charge around me, but no big deal.
My brother was
Vail.
He tackled my little sister. I mean, we were playing frisbee, and then next thing you know, my big brother comes running across, scoops my little sister up, and beelines it to the house. I'm like, because I thought it was cool. She was standing there and she's waiting for me to throw the frisbee, and then her hair just goes, bzzz, just blows up. He seen it happen, and apparently she was glowing on the back. And sure enough, as soon as he ran to the house, got on the porch, and there was we had lightning rods on the house, and lightning hit the house, hit the lightning rods, and discharged. Instead of hitting her, it hit the house. So
Yeah.
he just left my butt standing at the end of the driveway, though.
Yeah,
I should tell you something.
It should.
it did.
It was Kyle, by the way. In case you're wondering. Make sure. No, she doesn't need to hold my hand in the storms. I do make her stay inside, though. I don't let her go out in the rain.
Oh, it's 11:30. I need to get off here. I gotta believe. Hang on, maybe not. Miss Payne. Oh, I could mute my microphone for that, not bother everybody.
But we were going to listen.
We just put words in Rob's mouth while he's talking.
Yeah, we just like in
Yeah, no. Yeah, even without my glasses, I could see her nodding her head in there. So that's my cue. So I'm going to go eat supper. Y'all have a good time without me. And feel free to put words in my mouth.
We will
care.
definitely tell all kinds of stories about you now.
It's okay with me.
Around or bailing now. All right, Rob. Love you,
Rob. Have a good one.
Love you back. Steve, good to see you, bud. Enjoyed being on here with you. All right. Good night, everybody. See y'all later.
His schedule is like his daytime is completely different than everybody else's. His work day usually starts about 11 and then runs through to about 9 o'clock. So weird.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Everybody's like, why in the world is he eating supper so late? Because he didn't get off work until 7:30 or 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
He'll go get it going long enough for the other guys to finish their day. And then when they go home, he goes back in and actually fixes it. So,
yeah.
The only reason I know that is because I hung out with him for several weeks up there. I worked for Rob for a while. Back when things was tough all over, and he needed the help, and I had a little bit of a clue what I was doing. So I know enough about electricity to know that I don't want to mess with it.
Yeah. I don't know enough to even mess with it. So, there I go admitting I don't know something again. Shoot.
I can wire up everything. I cannot wrap my head around a 3-way light switch, man. It just, my brain's like, okay, that shouldn't work. So, and it's stupid simple, but I'm like, no, that doesn't work. Even though it does. And I know a guy I used to work with, it, but I guess that's simple. You just need this extra wire. I'm like, shut up. Adding one more wire to the equation doesn't do anything. But it does.
Hey, Aaron, yeah, working rotating schedules is no fun. We used to have one schedule where you worked all 3 shifts in a 24-hour time period to cover for other guys to have days off. Yeah, you were just a zombie. It was great.
Yeah. That was, I had a regular job and then I worked on weekends so the other guy could have time off. And I'd work till 5 o'clock on my regular job Friday. And then it was an hour and a half drive to the weekend job, and it started at 7.
Yeah.
So then I'd work from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. and then try to catch some sleep, and then work 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. And then I had to be back at work at 9 for my regular job the next day.
Yeah, we had one shift where you'd work 10 o'clock till 10 o'clock at night and then have to be back at 6 the next morning, which was a load of fun when you had, an hour and a half commute.
Well, this was actually, I'd like to stumble on another job like that again, because it was, I only worked 24 hours a week, but it paid $300. So
Yeah, there you go.
And it was, how do you explain it? It was a night rider job, and night rider is basically you run around and you check and make sure that all the lights are yellow.
Okay.
That's it. If something's red, you stop and you try to figure out why. If you can't reset it, you call somebody else. If the reset button doesn't work, it's not your problem. The most excitement I had one night, I hit the reset button and the world lit up. Something had shorted down hole. And when I went through the cycle and hit the reset, it came on, and instead of it blowing the fuse, there was a bad aluminum connection running from the main power down to the drive, and it melted that cable over my head. That sucked. And I went and got the radio, and I said, the electricity just exploded on, it was 5/8, I believe. I said, and so I'm done. That well's down. Let me know what you need me to do, because I had to keep the gas pressure at, the inlet pressure had to stay at 125 psi, which is misleading because it's a huge inlet pipe and that's a lot of volume going through there.
Yeah.
Anyway, I said, let me know if the pressure's done, and then we just had to chase around and keep the gas plant going on. I just had to keep going for another 4 hours, and it was somebody else's problem. Dude, it took a solid 2 hours of hard work to restart that plant if it shut down on emergency.
Yeah.
And you didn't want to be there for that. So I had to do it more than once, but stupid lightning storms or whatever. I would love to play on an excavator. It's just a really big backhoe.
I have no idea how to do any of that.
If you ever get a chance to play with a backhoe, you can figure a backhoe out pretty quick to where you can dig a hole. Now,
Oh, I've done that, but I don't actually know how. I mean, screwing around on one, but I don't actually know how to run one.
I know a guy that could sit there and he could peel a boiled egg with one. It's like,
Yeah, I've seen guys like that too. Yeah. That you tell them to take up an inch of dirt, and then you literally could go measure it, and it was probably an inch of dirt they took up.
Yep. We had one guy, we trusted him so much that after we located the fiberglass, we would just stand over there and stay out of his way. He'd stay on either side of it. And when he'd get done, you could go down there and you could take a broom and you could sweep off the top of the fiberglass line, and there would be another scratch on it. Like, man, you're so cool. Then all you had to do was wherever the leak was, dig around. I loved roustabouting. It was like the best job ever. That was a lie. But anyway.
I don't know what that is, so.
That's lowest man on the totem pole in the oil field. Well, I don't know. I guess the parts washer might be a little bit lower than that, but back in the day when there were no kids, It was just trying to make a living or whatever. Rouseabouting was it. Then I moved up to machinist, and then from machinist I started welding, and it was weird because actually it was a sheet metal mechanic before I went to the oil field.
Out here, we got guys that work on the oil platforms out in the Santa Barbara Channel, and they got kind of a good gig. They go out for 2 weeks and they come back and they're off for 2 weeks, and they make a ton of money. But it's hard to get on those crews.
Yeah. See, I was a welder offshore for a while. I don't even know how long. But it was supposed to be 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off.
Mm-hmm.
And it wound up being, it was 2 weeks on, a week off. And then it was 2 weeks on, a couple of days off. And then it was 4 weeks on. You go in and they were like trying to send you back out.
Yeah.
Because nobody wanted to be out there. It was weird. Mostly it wasn't the company we were working for that was the problem. I mean, the company that was actually making our checks, it was the platforms we were working. Two of the bosses out there were total dicks. So the other crews didn't show up. They wouldn't. They said, "Oh, we're going to platform 121. We're not going." So they would, and we were money hungry whores. So they said, "Yeah, you want to go?" And then it occurred to me one day that it had been, I don't even know how long since I'd seen this young lady in here. And they said, "Yeah, you can go in for whatever they were going to go in and let us visit our people, take care of business or whatever. But we needed to be back in 2 days." I've got my last 2 weeks' pay. I never picked it up.
Why would you not pick your pay up?
I didn't want them knowing my address. They weren't going to offer me more money to send me back out there. When I got off that helicopter in Port Arthur, Texas, I came home. I didn't go back.
I got another buddy of mine that started doing the underwater welding stuff. Oh, he was just making just an obscene amount of money doing that.
Not going to do that part because the thing they don't tell you I don't even know what it is now. When I was thinking about it, started, you had to learn to scuba dive.
Yeah, he had to do all that stuff. He had one of those goofy helmets with the hose sticking out of it things and the big suit and all that. I guess he got to where he could do the deep water dives and weld, and like I said, that's when he was making obscene money. He could just make it rain, and it was all cool with him. Like, okay, dude.
But when I was looking into it, the average life expectancy of a underwater welder was 120 hours.
Oops.
I'm like, no. Because you got between equipment failure. Apparently, when you start welding, it does something. It sends out some kind of signal to all the predatory fish. And there's just all these things that you're like, it's just like a big nope. Yeah, you're making, I think now it's upwards of $200 an hour. And, there's guys that's been doing it for 10, 20 years, right?
Right.
But then you figure in all those zeros into the average are the guys that only made it an hour or 2 hours or whatever because they only made one mistake.
Yeah.
One mistake and things went badly for them. Steve, it's on you. I've got to go get some cigarettes. We only got to make another 11 minutes, man.
I didn't know we were on a timer. Okay. Let's see. How can I entertain people? Shut up. I saw somebody in there. Drewski. Cheers. I'm drinking coffee, so I'm tired. Miss West went to bed, so now he's all by himself. I can't get nobody to throw nothing at him now, so that sucks. And I don't know. Here, I'll drink more coffee. I don't know. We'll stall. I'm actually tired, so hopefully he only goes another 11 minutes. Woohoo! 7 a.m. So Sin 3, where are you at? That would probably be Australia? No. It would be afternoon there, I think. There you go, privateer. Run amok! Run amok!
Oh, no. That didn't take long, did it?
No, you're all right. We're trying to figure out where Sin 3's at because it's 7 a.m. there, and they're on their 8th beer. Belgium. All right, that makes sense.
Why'd you drink beer at 7 a.m.? I'm still on whiskey at that time, I think.
Because they're in Belgium. Come on.
There you go. I guess there's that. Do they even have whiskey in Belgium? So, do you ever go fishing, Steve?
Oh, hell no. I don't have the patience of that.
Seth, I knew you reminded me of Clifford, but
I get way too bored. My buddies and all that, they'd grab all the fishing gear and we'd go out to the pier in Gaviota, and within a half hour, I'm wandering off somewhere trying to get in trouble doing something because I just get way too bored.
yeah.
Gold dredge, underwater work. Hey, Aaron, I watched that. What's that show they got? Alaska Gold? I think that's what it's called. The guys that do that gold dredging out there. Some of that stuff's just funny to watch when they're all trying to steal from each other.
You know, and gold and diamonds are like basically formed in volcanoes.
Some of those guys make a lot of money, but then when at the end of the show and they figure out how much they have to spend and all that, and then they got to split it with all the other dudes, you're like, yeah, man, you guys really don't make that much money at the end of all that.
Yeah, you're really not. I mean, you're working your ass off. I mean, they make good wages, but they're all in it like they're gambling, okay?
Yeah.
They're hoping that they're going to make out. But
yeah,
I would really like to dredge the notch at BTSR. Just, I mean, come on. If there's any gold in that canyon, it's going to be at the bottom of that right there.
Yeah, get you a pan. Go out there and pan it all. See?
That's not going to work.
Yeah, no. You do that. You make a video about it. It's all good.
No, I'm not digging that much gravel because I'd have to dig 20 foot down into the water table, man.
Do it by hand. Be hardcore.
No, I'm not doing that. Now, I do want to go gold painting. What do you want, Shiloh? Oh, my dog. I don't even like you. If you were like a Chihuahua, I still wouldn't like you. What do you want?
Uh-oh.
Do not bark at his dog.
What happened? Did you just wake up? Why'd you wake up all of a sudden, Dork? He was in the bedroom sleeping. All of a sudden, he just wakes up barking.
Well, this dog whines.
Oh, maybe that's what he heard. Okay.
See what you did?
Yeah, privateer, you're probably right. They make more money from the TV show than they do doing the thing.
Go see what she's doing. Go see. Go see. What did you do to your leg?
Rachel, why can't you watch any Alaska reality TV shows? I mean, I know you were there, but you know what's silly is what was that family that was supposed to be all off grid and they had the stupid kid that howls and Alaska oh, I can't think of the name of that family, and they ended up moving to Montana or something because they got thrown out of Alaska.
Do you need out? Okay, come.
All right, Tibor, have a good one. They make $100K an episode. Bush people, is that it? Was that it? That's the one with the family, Aaron. That whole thing's staged. It's not even funny how staged that show was.
Which one's that?
The Alaskan Bush people.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Tibor took off too.
Later, Tibor. I used to watch Mountain Men or whatever, but you could tell they started staging a lot of that stuff really, really hard. And I'm like, okay, is this about real life or about real made up life?
Oh, all the reality stuff, it's half scripted.
The like swamp people.
Yeah.
You people are out there fishing for alligators. It's not that hard to do. You hang dead chicken in the creek.
I watched a couple of those episodes, but I just got tired of them acting like the crocodiles and alligators or whatever, alligators. Like the alligators were hunting the boats and they were going to take them down and get them. And it's like, man, you're riding up on them. They're stuck on a line. You're shooting them in the head. Okay, that's not real big drama there, guys. Okay.
I've been fishing down there in Florida and had alligators walk right behind me, and I didn't even know they were there until I heard something moving. I turned around looking, it's the tail going back into the trees. I'm like, gators are dangerous. They really are, but they're not,
I stumbled on a show. I got to find it again. It was absolutely hilarious. Speaking of fixing water, quote, fixing water, there's a show where these guys make moonshine and they make like different flavored moonshine and all that. Oh man, what was the name of that show? I've only stumbled on it like twice, but it was hilarious. Just the guys being smartasses in the show was the best part. Whatever they were drinking, like, yeah, whatever. But the interactions of the dudes was hilarious.
If I take a gallon of bottled water, a pint of apricot preserves, and a 32-ounce jar of K-Roll syrup, put it all in a bucket, and then put some activated yeast in there and cover it up for 2 months. That's what I have. It's not hard to make alcohol. It's really, really, really not.
Oh, you put too much thought in that. You just need some bread, some oranges, and some water.
Yeah, I mean, you can make it super easy. But I'm just saying I have homemade hooch. Well, YouTube censors and all your whatever. I have made some homemade wine and stuff. It's not that hard to do. Now, this stuff that I drank on here last night or whatever, that's not wine. I don't know. I probably need to pour all that out. That's all. I'm going to do that tomorrow. I'm going to pour all that out.
All right. I am going to slide out of here. I am getting far too tired.
All right. Come on, man. Give me 50 seconds.
All right. 50 seconds.
3 hours, man.
All right. You got 50 seconds out of me then.
Everybody tell Steve goodbye because it is like 11 o'clock. It's 10:55 over there or something.
No, it's 9:55.
9:55 because it's like 11:55 here.
Oh, okay.
I didn't realize there were 2 time zones between you and me.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't keep track of it. I know all you guys do everything too early for me. Half the time I miss your guys' stuff because you guys are doing it on different times and I'm still in the middle of doing stuff. So, all right. I am going to scoot. Good night, everybody. Have a good one. Stay safe. And as Wes says, don't die.
Yeah. Y'all be good. Thanks for coming over, Steve.
All right. Later.
Later. Boom, got him. Okay, there we go, guys. That's it. That's a wrap. That's 3 hours. Seriously, still have, don't die. Don't let everybody get you all worked up about it. The shit's already hit the fan. Don't run through your prep shit, though. It's a slow burn. It's gonna come. It's happening every day. Tiawaki, that what was yesterday is not gonna be tomorrow. Okay, love all y'all. Y'all still out. Don't die.